And welcome to another episode of The Debrief. Today's episode is called Fashion and Sport, Why the Controversy? So why don't you explain, not explain the topic of the week, but just give us a little preface.
We'll explain a little bit the name, why the controversy, basically why it exists. We just want to say that we understand that we're talking and we focus on women's sports, and we understand that historically fashion has been the emphasis or a really important thing when people have talked about women's sports, and that makes it seem like that's all that matters is like how she looks, when obviously that's not true. It's about the athleticism. But at the end of the day, fashion to us, it's important in our lives. It's something that we love. It's something that we're passionate about. When we watch sports, men's and women's, it's something that we notice for both. We love to talk about both. We talk about men's fashion as well, but because this is a women's podcast, it's going to be focused just on women's, specifically women's athletes' outfits, whether that's pre-game or what they wear during the game. This episode, we just kind of want to highlight some of our favorite outfits that we've seen on and off the court, on and off the field. So we just want to give that preface that we totally understand the historical elements to this, why it's something that could be controversial or demeaning, but fashion shouldn't be demeaning. I think that we talked about this before, but it being something that, because fashion is something that's typically feminine, or caring about it is typically feminine, it's automatically degraded, which that's not fair. That's not how it should be. If a man cares about fashion, it's not something stupid to him. So we just want to say that we totally understand that. We agree with all that, but we love fashion. Like I said, we want to talk about our favorite fits, so that's what we're going to do today.
I also think that, like, a big part of men's sports is the pregame walk-in.
Oh, 100%.
It's highlighted all over social media.
Yeah.
The difference is it's not focused on in the broadcast. So people that watch only the broadcast are not seeing it. But if you like me, to be honest, I don't really follow sports on broadcast unless it's my favorite team or unless it's a really important game. I usually check stats and scores on their social media pages. So I look through the social media pages and I see them post pregame fits all the time, especially around playoffs. Like the whole Connor McDavid, he wore the same suit and tie, I think, for the 3 games that they won.
Yeah.
And he didn't wear it in the last game or something, and that was something talked about on broadcast. But it was highlighted a lot on social.
Right.
So I think that's the other thing that we also need to realize, like, just because we don't see it on the main platform doesn't mean it's not spoken about, or doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? But why don't we get into our...
Yeah, we both have our picks. We both have our picks, yes, our fave fits. Summer, let's start with your top girl.
So my top girly is Angel Reese. I love all of Angel Reese's outfits. I think she's just a stylish person in general.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite fit of hers, so to the WNBA final, she wore this, I think it was like a vest. It
looked like the button came right here.
Yeah. It was like
a chest.
But it had, on the one side, it had the Liberty logo and colors, and on the other side, it had the Lynx.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool to kind of see. I know another one of my honorable mentions, they did something similar to that at the Super Bowl, but I'll get into that later.
We'll get to her later.
But who's your pick?
My first pick, it's another Angel Reese fit. She's coming out strong, y'all.
She is.
This is a pregame fit that she wore to a game against the Fever. She wore this, like, lace-up corset. It looks like leather almost, a brown leather. It's not a corset, but there is, like, a lace tie inspiration in the front. This mini skirt, the tie also is on the side of the skirt. And then she wore these, like, warrior boots with fur, and there's like little spikes on them with this like white handbag. Like this to me, like she slayed this. She's coming into this game looking like a warrior queen.
I swear to God, she doesn't play when it comes to her fits, bro.
No, she doesn't. She takes
play.
that serious.
Yeah. And honestly, like, her, like, I love looking at her pregame fits because I try to, like, make or, like, I catch some inspiration from her all the time. Like
100%.
She's such a, she's literally an icon.
Yeah, like, she's walking into this game like a female gladiator.
No,
in this
outfit. As she should.
I love it. I love the symbolism of it. Like, I love, like, you can take that interpretation from it. It's just, it's so good to me. So good. Okay, what's your second, Summer?
So Emily Maltis.
Yeah.
She is a player on Toronto's PWHL Deceptors.
Right.
So she, for one of the games, she got this skirt. It's a white skirt, and it actually has the like the Toronto
skyline.
I don't know if it's I can't really call it the skyline, but like it has this like imagery, and it's like
city outline.
Yeah, kind of. And there's like the TTC bus on it. Like, it's just a gorgeous skirt, and she paired it with like a white. I don't know if it's a blazer or if it's a. Yeah, I would call it a blazer, and a top, but like. I actually think it's not a skirt, it's actually a dress, I think. But it's so cool. It's like very, and she paired it with a white purse and black boots. But the skirt just stood out to me because she really tapped into that. She pulled from Toronto, which I thought was really, really cool.
I love a nod to the city.
Oh, I love that.
I eat up a nod to the city. When they include something that is significant to the city in their look, I'll eat it up every time. Like, it shows that they care about not only the city, but the fans in the city. And it makes it feel 100%. Like they care more about the team and where they are, and they want to represent it well. Even as a fan, I just think that that's something important. I love to see an athlete do that.
Yep.
And she looked great doing it.
No, she really did. She really did. I just remember seeing it on socials and being like, oh my God, that is so cute.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm always stalking their socials because I love their content. Mainly the pregame fits, but I check stats and scores sometimes too. Anyways,
for sure.
Who's your second pick?
Well, I'll meet that with another Scepters girl.
Oh.
We have Sarah Nurse,
Ooh.
And she wore this blue puffy jacket with these black leather pants, her hair in a high pony. With a sparkly
hop off queen
diamond-like Prada handbag. This is another
girl really came. She really came to serve.
100%. This is really another like almost 10 out of 10 look for me. Like this, I love the shade of blue, which matches. This was before they were the Scepters. They were just the Toronto team. But this is, I swear, the exact blue of their team. Like it's exactly what it was. I love that it's like wintry. I love that it looks like this like fancy winter coat that like the rich girl is pulling up to her family cabin for Christmas in. Like, it's giving that. Hockey's obviously played on ice. It's cold, so I love, like, the tie-ins to that. And then to top it off, the cherry on top, this, again, silver Prada handbag. Just the cutest thing ever. Like, I felt like we needed some sparkle. Like, we have the leather, we have the fur. We need, like, that, I think, that oomph. And I think that oomph comes from this handbag. I think, like, it's perfect. And it's a neutral. It's a silver. So whatever she wears, like, it's going to tie in.
Yeah.
I think it's so good. She just looks so cute in this picture. I love it.
I love accessories. I think accessorizing an outfit is probably the most important piece. Because it kind of ties everything together, like you said.
100%. I love that she put her hair up, too. Because I feel like when you're wearing a big, fluffy coat like that and the hair is down, it's like, it's just, it looks like too much.
It takes away.
Sweaty. It does take away.
It takes away from the piece.
Yeah, I think that it makes, having the hair high, it makes it like, it lifts it up. Yeah. It lifts it up.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And Summer, who's your next pick then?
Okay, so my next pick is Sabrina Ionescu. So this is not a pregame fit, but this is what she wore to the 2024 championship parade.
Right.
She had this black Nike Letterman jacket. And it had the white, it's like tied in the teal and the white in their jerseys. So she had one of her arms, she had patches with the different teams they played in the playoffs, and then the series score, I guess. Or series score. Oh my goodness.
Right.
And then on the actual jacket, there was like a little Liberty has a nice ring to it. A little nod to the championship ring.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was such a cute piece. And I haven't ever seen something like that. So I just thought it was really interesting. Like, not even in men's sports have I seen like a Letterman jacket, which is crazy because I feel like
it's a big thing for them in high school, college, but
like I know at my old high school they had these like every year that they would win a championship, they would get patches ironed on.
Yeah,
like the Letterman jacket was a big deal.
I love that. Yeah.
But anyways, so who's your next pick?
I'm gonna go with Serena Williams for my next one.
She's a good pick.
She has had lots of iconic looks, but I think the one that takes the crown is her at the U.S. Open in 2004. She wore this little denim number. She wore a denim skirt, which is so crazy for a tennis match, like paving the way, one of a kind.
For real.
And then she wore this black Nike top, and the outline of the shirt is like crystallized. She got it bedazzled.
Oh, I love that for her.
And she got a matching headband and a matching armband, which is also bedazzled.
Damn.
Like, she is somebody that she's not afraid to lean in to this more feminine side. Like, if she wants to wear crystals on her outfit, she will. Trust and believe, she'll do it.
As she should.
And she dominates still. You can wear crystals and still win, y'all. So, and yeah, denim again is just so unique for tennis. I just think, like, genius.
No, for real.
So smart.
For real.
Paving the way.
For real.
Who's your next girl, Sam?
My next girl, okay, so another WNBA player, so I guess a back-to-back, but Cameron Brink. She knows how to slay. This girl, like Angel, she is a fashion icon.
Yeah.
So she actually mimicked one of Coco Gauff's outfit.
Oh, love that.
And it was just cute. It was a cute little nod to Coco, and it was a cute little outfit. That one's my favorite of the ones she's done.
Oh, yeah, in the pregame.
Yeah. And she even, like, the quote was, like, I want to be like Coco. Like, not just, I think that was, like, mentally.
Yeah.
And, like, appearance-wise, like, when you look at her, but, like, mentally also. And, like, same at athleticism as well. Like, she wants to match her athleticism.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was, like, a cute little nod to her.
That is so cute. The women inspiring the woman.
No, for real. And you know what? I think the outfit also had a big piece in the inspiration. Right? Like, I always, like, when I play, I always say, look good, feel good, play good. Right? So, I don't know, like, when you're looking like your mentor or somebody who inspires you, then maybe you develop that mindset.
You internalize her. Her spirit is with you.
Yeah. I don't know. But, so she has some other fits that are really fire. I just thought that little nod to Coco kind of put that on top for me. But who's your next pick?
That is so cute. So I wanted to highlight the leotard that the USA gymnastics women's team wore at the recent Paris 2024 Olympics. I thought it was so good. It was like a metallic blue, but then at the waist is this little belt and a sheer top long sleeve that's also sparkly and has stars on it. And it has a mock neck.
Damn.
It's like this little sheer top over the metallic blue leotard. It just looks so good. I thought it was such a unique design. We don't usually see this. This is something that I had never seen before. I love the stars. Of course, it's a nod to the USA, but also being a star on the floor.
Yeah.
So I just thought they just looked so good. I love that it was what they used for the team event too. So all the girlies wore it. They all wore the same one. I thought they just all looked so good. I just loved how sparkly it was. The picture I'm looking at is Simone. Simone is shining. Like, it's just such a great Leo. They did 10 out of 10 on this. How about, yeah, you like it?
I think it's cute. I've always liked the different leotard designs, but this one I do like that little sheer little piece on top.
100%.
I think it gives a little bit of a oomph to it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
So who's your next fit?
This one, okay, so Sha'Carri Richardson.
Right.
In June 2022, she had this, like, red fishnet moment.
Oh, yeah?
And, like, it is so
oh my
cute.
God.
Like, I've never, like, kind of like Simone's, I've never seen this for track and field. Like, usually they'll do shorts and a sports bra.
Yeah.
But she did, like, this, it was like a, kind of like a halter neck, leotard.
Yeah.
Similar concept. And then the sleeves were, like, these mesh net sleeves with a similar, like, bottom piece, I guess. Like, I don't know if they're, like, fishnet stockings or, but they have, like, the same, the sleeves and the legs are the same. So I just thought this was really interesting because, again, it's something that I've never seen before. So looking at it, I was just like, oh my goodness.
She really raced in fishnets.
Really? She did. And it's like, it's crazy. Like, she's just an icon for everything she does. I mean, like, her hair, I think at one point she had blue hair. To match her uniform. Like, it was just...
The sprinklies, they love some hair dye. Oh! They love some extensions.
Oh. And, like, her nails, like, I don't know if you saw her nails at the Olympics.
Oh, girl, of course.
She popped off.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
Like, long nails in general, like, I don't know how you do day-to-day things. So, I don't know how she ran and won with her long
to do all that for a silver medal.
Yeah.
She's able to have nails like that.
Yeah.
Still get that silver medal.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. But she popped off.
100%.
And I had to highlight it. Like, her other fashion choices are great too, but that was one of my favorite pieces that she's ever run in.
For sure. I love to see that.
Yeah. And who's your last pick?
Well, I feel like this was a pretty newsworthy one. This happened just recently at the U.S. Open 2024. My pick is Naomi Osaka.
Oh, I love her.
Girl, yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
She is. But she wore it in 2 different colors. She wore it in green and white and also black and white. She wore a tulle skirt.
Oh.
And then she wore a bomber jacket. And on the back of this bomber jacket is a huge bow. And then she had matching bows on the back of her sneakers. And then when she takes the bomber jacket off, she has a shirt that has ruffles along the outline. And then again, her skirt is ruffled with tulle underneath. So I just thought it was so good. I thought it was so girly, but still so powerful. I thought it was so unique. And I'll read her quote for it because I loved her quote. She said, "The inspiration that fueled the look for me, and this might be a Japanese term, is feeling like a, quote, magical girl on the court. There's a moment of transformation for me when I walk onto the court and I have a lot of fun playing. So wanting everyone who sees this outfit to connect with that feeling is a really big motivation for me." So that's so sweet. So it's an outfit that she obviously had she put a lot of thought into it. It's something that, using the word transformation, it sounds like it's something that's meant to inspire her and empower her. She goes on that court and she feels like that magical girl thing that she mentioned. So if it's something that makes her feel, like you said, feel good, play good, then love it. I thought it was so cute.
I feel like a big part of, at least for me, like, even on a day-to-day, like, if my outfit is put together, I feel put together.
100%, yeah.
And, like, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like with these athletes, like, a lot of the times they get knocked down for like, Sha'Carri Richardson's gotten a lot of hate for her nails and for
unnecessary hate.
Yeah, like,
totally unnecessary.
First of all, mind your business. If she wants to have nails and run, then that's her business. What's it to you? You don't have to put the nails on.
Yeah, like, how is it affecting you if she's wearing these nails? If it makes her feel empowered and good, let her do it. I have another quote from her too about the nails because she's very aware of people's reaction to it. And so she said, "My grandmother, my aunt, my mother all influence the beauty I exude to the world on a day-to-day basis, especially in big moments. They kept their nails well manicured. Hair was also something that I saw a lot of attentiveness to." So I think it's just something that she's obviously drawing from a lot of the maternal figures in her life. And if And that's not something that has to be sacrificed for sport.
No.
She can still, like I said, she won silver at the Olympics with hair extensions, with her nails at like 3 inches. So it's not something that's slowing her down or affecting her performance. I feel like if anything, it's something that is improving her performance because it's giving her that confidence.
That's exactly.
She likes to show off. It makes her feel good. Let her do it. Let her do it.
And for those who don't want to do it, that's, again, their prerogative.
Yeah, exactly.
Each to their own.
Exactly.
I just hate the other half of, like, with outfits, and I'm sure we'll probably get into this more, but, like, the idea of their outfits being used against them.
Right.
Like, how they get sexualized.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big part of why people don't want to talk about fashion in women's sports, because for so long it's been such a negative thing in the sense that people have used it against these athletes.
Right.
Like, oh, well, like, how many times have we heard, oh, she outdoes herself when she's not playing here to play sports. She's here for a fashion show.
She's here just to look good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the whole Eugenie Bouchard, oh, can you give us a twirl? Like why are we correlating how they look to how they play?
Exactly.
There's definitely division. Travis Kelce has some very interesting outfits.
Yeah, men can be eccentric as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the first person I follow him, so I see his Vogue photo shoots. That's the only reason why. But like he has some very interesting outfits coming into his pregame. He had this like I think it was Louis Vuitton, but it was like a Louis Vuitton brown leather bag, and the man was carrying it like on his shoulder. Like it was the photos that were posted on socials were like really interesting.
Yeah, he's showing off.
Oh yeah,
that's a fashion show.
But yet, not a single commentator, anybody mentioned that. Nobody, and when they were interviewing him, asked him about what he wore.
Yeah. And it's not something, like you said, that's used as a negative against him.
Exactly.
Against his athleticism. Like, oh, he's not a real athlete.
No,
because he pulled up in that.
Exactly. But they all do. Every single one of them. It just looks a little differently, too. They're not wearing heels, but they're wearing a nice pair of Jordans that probably cost more than the heels.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Right? You don't have to, like, I don't know. This, I guess, will take us into our next segment. Our main tea time for today.
Our main tea time, yes.
Yeah.
Just the idea that, again, why the controversy? Well, the controversy is that, yes, both bodies are on the screen. Men and women, their bodies as athletes, they're both on the screen. And technically, maybe the outfits are both as revealing, same amount of tightness or whatever. But the women are sexualized because of the patriarchy that we live in. Inherently, the female body is sexualized so that women are viewed through that lens instead of men just being viewed as neutral, right?
Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah. So they just kind of get to exist, but a woman existing, there's that extra layer of essentially crap that you have to deal with. And feminine things, such as fashion, are diminished as unserious and frivolous. So then when a female athlete dresses up, wears makeup, has her nails done, whatever it is, then it means that she's less powerful, or it's hard to take her as seriously as her male counterparts. But
yeah, when a man dresses good, right? Well, they call it the girlfriend effect, but that's another little piece. But
yeah,
I think like when a man dresses put together and he's well dressed, there's compliments given.
Right.
Oh, like he knows how to dress himself. He knows how to look good. He's put together. Like, how many times do you hear that? Like, it's a compliment. Whereas it's kind of like the opposite for girls, right? I don't really hear, oh my God, like she looks so put together. Like she looks so good today.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost like an expectation.
Yeah.
And when they're not dressed like that, then they're seen as less than.
Right.
And like, again, like,
Or they get labeled as trying too hard to fit in with the guys, or trying too hard to be taken more serious. Like, there's no winning.
Well, pick me. Pick me was invented because of that.
Right,
Don't be a pick me.
Right.
And it's weird because in Toronto, like, the culture is kind of different at the university level.
Mm-hmm.
But in, like, when I was on exchange in London, like, girls were dressed to the nines for class. Yeah. And, like, me and my friend, we walked into the building, and we were both, like, I was wearing, I think I had, like, my leggings and a sweatshirt on, and my hair was in a bun. Like, I was going to class.
Yeah,
It was 9:30 in the morning. I was just trying to get through my day.
Yeah.
And these girls were like, hair was done, makeup was done, outfits were on point. Like, these girls were put together. But my point being is, my roommate, like, one of my friends was like, oh, like, why are they trying so hard? Why do they need to wear all that makeup to feel like why is that a question?
Why is that even coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if they want to wear makeup, that's their business.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing makeup, that's my business.
Yeah.
But if you want to, then do it.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the problem is.
Exactly, and that's something that's definitely applied to sport as well.
Oh,
like
100%.
you've personally experienced it in your real life.
Oh, yeah.
And so, of course, it's going to be reflected in sport. And I think that was a great example that you used of Sha'Carri Richardson, and we can use her American sprinter, her teammates as well for that same comparison. Like, Melissa Jefferson, who was her teammate, she had this cute little bow in her hair. Her hair was up. She had this big blue bow in it.
That.
Like, I thought that was so cute. TT Terry, she wore her hair in two big pigtails, two ponytails. Like, both just so cute. And does that take away from the athleticism? Of course not. Of course not. These feminine things should not be equated with weakness. They're still Olympians.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. They're still Olympians. They're still doing they're still and it's not even like they're Olympians who are at the bottom of their divisions.
Yeah.
They're, first of all, they're Olympians.
Yeah.
Okay, the fact that they're at that point in their career where they're competing against the best of the best.
Right, yeah.
Especially for track and field. Like, again, I'm not super familiar with track and field, but I would think that the Olympics are probably huge.
Oh, good. That's the number one thing, yeah.
Everyone's trying to get there.
That's the number one thing,
Everyone's trying to get there. So I'm sorry, if they're regarded as an Olympic athlete, you need to zip it.
100%.
You need to zip it.
Who are you as a rando on your couch to be critiquing Sha'Carri Richardson for having long nails?
Exactly.
When she's running that 100-meter.
Exactly.
At the Olympics.
Please. I'm sorry, if we asked you to go on a track, you probably couldn't even run 50 meters.
Girl.
You'd be like, slow motion compared to her.
So let them live. Just let them live.
Let them do what they want to do, man.
Let them do what they want to do.
My God. It's so frustrating. And, trust me, I've heard the flip side of it. Because I've played against girls who wear, me and my sister, for example, are very different. I don't play with makeup on. Yeah. I don't have my hair done. She gets put in either a low pony or a braid. Yeah. Just to get her out of my face. Yeah. My sister's the opposite.
Full glam.
Girlie has her full face done. Yeah. She has lipstick on, lashes on, her hair's always nice. Yeah. And, she comes to the arena ready to pop off. Yeah. Every time. And you know what? That's her, my dad will always be like, are you going to a hockey game or a fashion show? My sister goes, what's it to you? Like, leave me alone, man. Yeah. But it's so weird. And the other half of that is, for example, boys, they're playing competitive, most boys' teams have to wear suits going into their game. Yeah. They have to wear a suit and a tie, and then they get to the arena, they change into their... So
fashion is important in their sport as well, if it's required of them or expected of them to be able to wear a suit to the game.
So why are we not talking about that? Yeah. Why do you have to wear a suit? Yeah. It's not a fashion show.
There are important ties between fashion and sport. There is. Uniform and pregame.
But my thing is, okay, you don't want to compare men and women. You can't compare men and women, first of all. Again, it's like comparing oranges and apples. They're different. They have different...
There's different expectations.
Exactly. So that's the other thing. Why do we always compare and we always go back to, well, would you talk about it if it was a man? Yes, I would. Because that's something that piques my interest. Yeah. And there are men that do it. So, yeah. Yeah. Somebody else might not, but I do.
Yeah.
So first of all, why are we always comparing? The other thing is, I'm sorry, but they're the blueprint.
Right, they were here in this sports space first.
Right? Game Day Fits was something they started.
Yeah.
Because they were there first.
Yeah.
So, if it's such an issue with women looking put together before the game, then why are men doing it? Why have men been doing it for the longest time?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've seen a single hockey player walk in sweats.
Right.
Sir is all glammed up and in his finest suit.
Yeah, he's in his own version of glam.
Yeah.
like
some of those suits are interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember who it was. I think it was from the Minnesota Wild. He had a very interesting tie.
Yeah.
If I can find the picture, I will pop it up. But it was look at Don Cherry. Forget everybody else. Don Cherry every night had an interesting tie on.
Yeah.
Like, that is his own version of glam, but
does that take away from his professionalism?
Or his experience as a coach?
No, he's still very respected.
Nobody questioned. After all that controversy.
Before that.
Yeah, before that. Before that, everybody was like, nobody questioned Don Cherry's opinion. Let's be so honest.
Yeah.
He was known as one of the greats.
That fashion never took away from him. If anything, was something that added to his character.
Exactly.
Right? So it shouldn't be something that takes away from women's legitimacy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think that this kind of ties into Allyson Felix's story. So basically, for everybody that doesn't know, I'll go over a rundown about it. It was revealed in an article that she collaborated with New York Times, with Nike, and they had begun contract renegotiations once they found out that she was pregnant, which Nike had apparently done with other female athletes as well. So, and by the way, she's a sprinter, an American sprinter, and then she signed with Athleta, which is a female-focused athletic wear brand, who Simone Biles actually, shortly after that, followed in her footsteps and signed with them as well. But then after that, she even created her own apparel brand, with running shoes being the main commodity, and the tagline of the brand is "Women Deserve Better." So I think that kind of gives it all away. She obviously felt like Nike didn't treat her right, which I think is a totally valid opinion.
I agree.
I don't think that getting pregnant is something that is weak. I think it's probably the most, I don't use the word traumatic, but the most insane thing that the human body can go through.
But, okay, I'm sorry. Women who are pregnant work out.
Yeah.
Why would you not capitalize on that?
No, this is a market. Like, there's a market for this.
There's a huge market for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're pregnant, you're not going to be able to fit into those same spandex shorts you were wearing 5 months ago.
Yeah. Nike's just stupid, and it's offensive. She obviously felt offended by this.
Maternity clothes, again, it's a different fit.
Right.
So why would you not capitalize on that and create a maternity line?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think there's a single
athletic wear brand?
Yeah. There's not a single athletic wear brand.
Like, have you ever seen a pregnant model before? Really think about it.
Forget pregnant. Well, the brands that carry maternity lines do.
Yeah.
But even maternity lines, like Gap has a maternity line, but it's only sold online. They don't have it in store. And if they do, it's select boutique stores. So, for example, Eden Center will have it.
Yeah.
Because they're a huge store. But not every store has maternity. But if you were Nike, maternity athletic wear is not a thing.
Yeah.
Nobody has that out there. So here, we have one of our athletes just got pregnant. That's a huge accomplishment for her.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that she wanted to do for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Being a mother is so important. And you focus on athletes who are mothers. Right? Serena Williams is a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the greatest athletes, but she was also pregnant when she played.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You had all these different opportunities to capitalize on this uncharted territory, on this market that exists but doesn't have anything for. Yeah. But instead you
got rid of her.
Yeah.
You got rid of her.
Like, I have no words for that. Like, that's just stupidity at its peak.
It's really disappointing. But good for her for being able to create her own apparel brand.
Yeah.
And then again, the tagline, "Women Deserve Better," I think that they do. She's right. I mean, they do, especially in fashion, if they're getting treated this way. Like she did, getting fired because she got pregnant. Crazy.
That's just so dumb.
Yeah. Very dumb.
It's so upsetting that because now she's pregnant and now her body's changing, it's deemed almost unsexy. Right?
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, female athletes, it's
there's still that pressure to look good.
Oh yeah, the sex appeal is real.
Yeah.
Right? So now she's not
meeting that standard that's been set out for her.
Exactly. So now they're penalizing her for that.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Extremely ridiculous.
Right. There's cases like Alicia Newman who embraces it, but then some women don't feel comfortable with that, and that's okay too if that's something that makes you uncomfortable. I think that a really clear example of this is the German women's gymnastics team, who they started this at Tokyo 2020, and they carried it on into Paris 2024 with a full leotard. They didn't do the cutoff at the legs. They were fully covered down to the ankle.
Damn.
And it's like they're still following the rules. They're wearing the required uniform. They're just not comfortable wearing the, I guess, like a half suit, basically.
But that's fair.
It's totally fair. If you feel more comfortable in that, then that's totally okay.
Well, the leotard in general, like, that scares me.
Yeah.
The leotard scares me because I think about wearing that and I'm like, how have these ladies, like, how do they feel confident and comfortable in them? Because if I had to wear that, I would be freaking out.
Yeah.
Between, like, that's, like, just, I don't know, it's a very vulnerable outfit.
It definitely is.
Right?
Very vulnerable, yeah.
So, like, I mean, I would be, like, I'm with the German girls on that one. I would probably do that.
Yeah, I think it's totally fair of them.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be putting pressure on themselves to...
And on the same side, if you do feel comfortable, like, Simone Biles rocks a leotard. She knows what she's doing.
The option should be there.
Exactly.
The option should just always to be there. Always exist for them. Yeah. But we also, before we wrap up, we wanted to highlight something super cool. We want to talk about the Angel Reese and Reese's collab. I know she keeps coming up in this episode, but it's because...
she's a fashion icon. She is. She has to come up in this episode.
She is. We just want to talk about how awesome this collab was. Like, come on. What a genius idea. I don't know if she reached out to Reese's reached out to her.
I think it was done via tweets, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think Angel had mentioned, like, well, I think she had tweeted something, and Reese's responded with this collab, which was actually kind of cool.
Very cool. Let's talk about the jersey. This orange, the font. It's Angel Reese across the front. She has her own little, like, A t-shirt, too. And then the shoes.
The shoes were my main thing.
The shoes, yeah.
I love the shoes. I thought they were so interesting, so cool, very different. I mean, obviously they're not a pair of Dunks I'm going to wear out in public, but I just think that they're so creative, and they're a little piece of art.
100%. I love the Reese's Pieces. I love the little halo on the A. I love the full Reese's
Buttercup
on the front. Like, it's just and so
the little
good.
Pieces on the side.
Yeah, it was just genius.
Like, she rocks it. She rocks it. She knows how to, like, she's put together.
Yeah.
Like, and she just looks iconic all the time.
Yeah. Well, any more honorable mentions? Any more fashion shout-outs you want to give before we wrap up here?
I do. So we mentioned Angel Reese's little half moment.
Yeah.
But I want to shout out, actually, two people.
Mm-hmm.
The first one's Donna Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a female athlete. She has two boys, so she's not in that realm. But she did this really cool half and half jersey for the finals. I'm sure everyone has seen it at this point.
Yeah, she rocked at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just thought that was so original, so cool, and a cool way to kind of rep both her boys.
Yeah.
She's iconic in her own little way. I think she had made, like, cookies and passed them out one night. Like, it was just really cute.
Half Eagles, half Chiefs. It was adorable. Yeah.
That must have been a tough game for her.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But you also had an honorable mention.
I do. Again, she's not an athlete, but this was just so good I had to mention it. Shania Twain at the Juno Awards in 2003. She had an outfit made for each Canadian NHL team, but my favorite ones, she wore outfit for the Habs. She wore this sparkly crop top with a matching jacket and then pants, all sparkles, all bedazzled. It was just so good.
Oh, damn.
And then for the Leafs, she wore a turtleneck, again, all bedazzled, Leafs logo right on the front, with these white cargo pants. Like, it was just so good. I just love, again, when sport influences fashion this way, and she got to rep all these teams, but also make them all girly with the sparkles. I just thought it was so good. It was so good.
I have one more honorable mention, but Celine Dion, Shania Twain. Holy God. It's been a long day. No, Shania Twain did a incredible job. I mean, I'm a huge hockey fan, so I thought that was a little cute little moment.
Yeah.
My last pick, I guess. She, again, not an athlete. She's a WAG. But she has made pieces for athletes. But Kristen, I'm going to butcher her last name, but Just a King?
We'll put her name up, y'all.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't come for me. I'm just a girl. No. But her husband plays for the 49ers. And she knows what she's doing. She actually designed one of Taylor Swift's outfits. Like, she's a fashion designer. She's, I think, done a piece for Simone Biles before. But she's just so iconic in how she's kind of created sports fashion, is what I like to call it. She had, like, this winter bomber jacket with her husband's numbers on it. She's done, like, some really cool pieces with jerseys. She made a skirt out of a jersey once.
Oh, slay.
Like, it was just, like, she knew what she's doing.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to Alex Earl's style of, like, taking outfits, but the difference she...
Customizing them.
Yeah. And, like, she actually designs them herself and, like, puts it together. Like,
yeah.
It's so cool. Also, Alex Earl is...
We'll be getting to her, y'all.
We'll get to both of them in another episode, so we're not going to get too crazy with that yet.
Yeah.
But just wanted to mention Kristen.
So, Summer, that leads us to, who is your hype queen of the week?
That one's a tough one. There's been a lot of icons that I've kind of seen, but I gotta go with Spooner.
Spooner, yeah.
Natalie Spooner. Just with all the Scepter stuff kind of going on right now. She's so admirable as a captain, as a leader, as a fashion icon. I know I didn't mention her fits, but
no, she's whipped out some good ones.
Yeah, her fedora game, or her hat game in general, nobody can top her.
Yeah, she
when
goes
it comes
crazy.
to her hats.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Spooner. I just think she's an icon. She knows what she's doing.
For sure.
What about you?
Well, I know we mentioned her earlier, but I love her so much. I need to bring her up again. Naomi Osaka. That bow outfit, it just really spoke to me. I love to see these super girly elements on the court, and I just wanted to shout her out a second time for doing something like this, for embracing girlhood, bringing it out onto the court, still being powerful. It was just, I loved it. I loved to see it, and I loved her quote. I just think that she's somebody who gets it. She gets that fashion is something that is supposed to empower you and make you feel good, and she doesn't shy away from that girliness, which I love. So, hype queen of the week, Osaka.
That's a good one. That is a really good one. She's also one of those, her, Simone Biles, like, they're both very, like, lovable people.
They are.
And it's because they stand up for what they believe in and what's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or what they may think is right.
Right.
The guy on the couch doesn't, but...
we don't care about him.
We don't really care. Yeah, exactly. We don't care about him. But I guess this wraps up our episode on fashion in sports and why I guess it's controversial.
Yeah. Also, thank you guys for joining us in our new set.
Yes, I completely
We hope y'all like it. Yeah.
It's our first episode on our little comfy couch.
Yeah.
You'll see a couple episodes on here. We love it over here.
We like this setup. Very cute. Yeah.
Cutesy demure.
Yes.
Mindful.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, this wraps it up. I was your host, Summer Hashmi, joined by my co-host,
Sophia Palumbo.
And we will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Make sure to check us out on our socials and our website. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yes, good shout out. Little plug right there.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.